We go. So we are copying this sphere that is in Canvas, and hopefully you're all able to do a pretty good job following along. I'm just kind of starting with a place of chaos. I liked how Eliza started, and that was with painting some white here, knowing that this part is going to be super duper light, but it even looks like in the picture that it gets lighter in another part. So I should probably mix like a gray, but it's nice to have a base. So you're welcome to just watch the video, or you can paint along, those of you who are already starting. So I'm mixing up a little gray on the side, just a super light gray. Ooh, that's kind of dark. There we go. We have plenty of paint. Yes. And I'm going to start blending it down. Now see, this looks very dark compared to the actual picture, but it's okay if you don't match your picture exactly. It is just a reference image. So I'm going to put that down, use it up anyway. So when we have our sphere, it looks like it is more three-dimensional because of the shadows. And it's okay if you get out of the lines because I'm going to paint over that part later. I need to make this part lighter. So what I do is while it's wet, I paint over it. So it's like really thick, and I'm able to lighten up that color as I go. And I like to see my painting strokes because that's my style when I use acrylic. When I use watercolor, I don't like that, but we're different. So it's a little bit darker, and it's a little on the sides. It's not like this gray looks really, really dark in person, and it looks super bright up there, doesn't it? So that's why it looks different on the recordings. Now it looks fine. It's blurry on this camera. There you go. Under the sink. There we go. So my paintbrush is caked in paint right now. It's so heavy. This is going to take me a while to perfect. So I mixed a little bit more white on my brush, and it is pulling in some of that wet gray paint. Now I do want my paint to lay flat because this is a sketchbook, and if it's chunky and if it looks raised, it's going to look, it's not going to like, your sketchbook isn't going to close basically. So it's going to be lighter up there. I'm going to add some white on that so I have a nice subtle transition. This is what I was doing yesterday class with all of you with that wet on wet technique, even with acrylic, is blending it while it's wet directly on the paper. And later I'm probably going to add more white because the white isn't as opaque as the black. The black is actually super duper thick compared to the white. If you see that physically happening on your paper, you'll see that in mine. So as you can see, maybe you can't tell, I am painting with a curved brush stroke. River, your earrings are really cool. Oh my God. So I am curving my paintbrush as I paint, and I am mixing in a little bit more black into this gray section that I have. So it's just subtly different and just a little bit darker. And then I'm going to start putting that little bit of darkness in the areas next to it. That looks so different. Doesn't that look big? Yeah, yep. Thankfully, that other gray is still really wet, so I can blend it in together. And one thing I can do, of course, is get my paintbrush and put it on a piece of paper towel and squeeze off that paint, and then I can put it into that gray and see how it blended. It blended nicely. Not really. So I'm going to take a little bit more white, and yeah, there we go. Everything's fine. We didn't just panic. This is a lot of push and pull, and that's why we do this project when we do spheres. I know a lot of you are tired of doing them, but it's learning how to look at the difference in contrast and to adjust it from there. Once you realize, oh, that's way too dark, I need to adjust it. Well, how the heck do you adjust it, right? You need to get good at identifying that there's an issue and knowing what to do to correct it. So right now I'm just taking my paintbrush and I'm spinning and making that. Oh yeah, I matched that perfectly. Go me.
Between you and Sarge, I'm never drawing spheres again after this.
I love drawing and painting spheres. I don't know why. And it's not even anything that he trained me to do. It's probably because I like painting and I think it's fun. And it does help me get better three-dimensionally. So you can even have some of those brush strokes showing. Like I have, you guys up close can see where those brush strokes end. They're not quite perfectly blended in. I like that look, but I'm a different person than you. You might not like how that looks. And I need to move that over a little bit more so you guys can see it. Yeah, it was falling off there. The thing that's really going to help this pop is the background. So adding like that shadow into the background. How many of you are done? That's what I thought. Nobody should be done. There's always one kid that rushes. You're getting close. I'm going to obviously, once I'm done with this, come around and assist all of you. You can't learn from watching a TV that easily. You might have to have someone like right in front of you. That's why these two are standing here. Cool. Because it's really not that dark of a sphere on this picture. It ain't. And I'm not even allowing you guys to use that blending aid right now because it won't work on the paper. Like there is a blending medium that we can use on with our canvases that I think is super duper helpful, but it's not useful right now because the paper will absorb it. So if you're struggling with blending, don't worry. I do have different tricks for when we switch to canvas. I just think that starting off with doing this directly on paper might be helpful. So right now I'm painting a little bit lighter of an edge because on that picture it has that bounce light that I was starting to talk about. It's not perfectly dark there. And then I'm blending that in. And I'm going to keep on blending. The picture was done with oil paint, so it looks a lot softer. It's my job to make you learn how to oil paint this year. That's my goal, not job. Because I skipped out on it last year because I was too overwhelmed with my life. Not that I'm not overwhelmed right now, but I feel cool. Like I'm excited to paint with you all.
Our class is better.
Yes, it is better. No, I was just too busy last year. It's not you, any of you personally. I was so stressed out last year. Had nothing to do with you all. You're all perfect. You're such good artists. I'm so lucky to have you in here. I really am. Can you imagine if we taught at a different school? Like, if we were, I'm not going to even say their name, but we're playing them in a football game this weekend.
They must not be named.
Yeah. We're going to beat them. Right? I don't think we are either.
We're getting killed tomorrow.
We'll do our best.
We're going to do our best, but we're not scoring more than twice.
Yeah.
There is a teacher who teaches here that when we did beat that other school in 2008, he streaked the football field. And I will tell you his name when I'm not recording.
Who was it? No,
He's a redhead, and it's not my brother. He coaches football now, I think. Did you figure it out?
no.
Nope. He's a redhead. Well, who knows what color hair he had?
Mr. Cole?
Yeah.
He was a redhead.
He actually was a redhead? That's really funny. I didn't know that.
Cove, when he was younger, had a giant, like, redhead, like, had a giant ginger afro.
I didn't know that. I love that. Good for him. Also, R.I.P. to the redhead. Do you guys see how many layers I have added on this? I'm getting tired of it, and I think it looks fine. I'm used to watercolor lately. I'm out of practice with the acrylic, but I'm having fun fudging around with it and pushing it and sending it in new directions. I'm getting the hang of it again. I'm having to reintroduce myself to acrylic. I hate acrylic. I hate acrylic.
I'm the opposite. opposite. I was so used to acrylic that when we started watercolors, I was like, oh.
I hate it. I know.
Not
Do
used.
watercolors. I want to do watercolors.
We'll do watercolors really soon after
You know-
this.
You know I love watercolors.
I love hearing people say that. It makes me happy. I think people lie to me sometimes when they say they like watercolor just to like make me happy. I don't
A
know.
good painting project last year was watercolor.
What? Your finger painting was the best.
Yeah, besides that.
Just kidding.
What you
I
mean?
like water.
Oh, what? What do you mean just kidding?
I like watercolors, but I suck with them.
I think you have to find the brand that you like as well. And hopefully the stuff that I give you this semester you'll like.
Hopefully.
I'm kind of making more strokes. I'm realizing that I like having it. Do you guys see that there's physically little areas like where the brush stroke is visible? I like how that looks. I am struggling to get a really smooth look on the paper. So I am, in a way, it's like cross-hatching with paints.
Show up so much more on camera.
They are showing up a lot on the camera. Are they? Or are they showing up better in person?
I think they're showing up better on camera.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I have got to stop effing around with this. I am like done with it. Like I actually think it looks good, but I can't stop messing with it. And I should move on to the background. Do any of you feel that way right now? I honestly am having a really good time. I am happy to be here. It kind of looks like the moon. Speaking of the moon, you all know what my other type of favorite paint is, right? Glow-in-the-dark paints. And I have some... It's like not the best brand, yes, let's be honest. But it's pretty once you get it working right.
It's fun.
I sold my glow-in-the-dark dinosaur painting because I can't have it in my house anymore because we all know that Mrs. Bill's afraid of dinosaurs. And if you did not know that, we can talk about that later.
Swear to God,
You're afraid of dinosaurs?
If
Swear you're afraid of dinosaurs.
I will literally cry if you show me a picture of a dinosaur, and I'm starting to cry a little bit right now. Like, I'm working on it.
The power I have.
I think it's not real dinosaurs, it's Steven Spielberg dinosaurs.
Oh, that's even better.
Like, they don't really look like that.
Power I have.
Please don't traumatize
I used to
me.
be afraid of dinosaurs, like when I was a little kid.
Yeah?
I would have nightmares about them.
I still have nightmares about them. Write it down in my diary. Dear diary, I guess I'm not over it.
I had a recurring like nightmare as a kid where there were like secret talking dinosaurs.
Oh,
in my
yours talk.
basement.
In the
Yeah.
basement. I love this. Tell
Well,
me
they
more.
wouldn't talk at first, but then
Oh.
like I would steal something and they'd get mad and start talking and trying to kill me.
Wow.
I had this nightmare from like the ages of 6 to like 12. It just happened over and over.
Oh my god.
I don't know what dinosaurs did to me, but
Well, I experienced the Jurassic Park ride at a young age, and it traumatized me. I thought that I was stuck on it, but I think it literally just paused while the T-Rex came out. So right now, everybody, I'm working on the shadow underneath the sphere, and I'm trying to get a really good clean edge, and I'm realizing I have a rounded brush, but hang on, I'm going to focus and get a nice smooth edge because I am a pro. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Sometimes I just can't talk, like when I'm painting, like because I needed to get a smooth edge. And then I realize I'm not breathing. Do you ever focus so hard that you realize you haven't taken a breath in a while?
yeah.
Whew. It's kind of fun. Like you're like, wow, I was in it. Yeah.
Breathe.
I also just chugged some coffee.
Bad influence.
I know. My favorite thing about coffee is how it makes me happy.
I don't even like coffee, but I have Miss Pepe this year, and she's.
Her whole theme is
Yeah.
coffee, 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 coffee.
I don't think I've had her class one day without her talking about coffee at some point.
She's my coffee buddy.
I'm not.
Even my shadow is not pure black. My shadow, and you can't see it on the camera, I have it darker in some areas and lighter in others. It's going to be a little bit darker underneath. And then it's like a dark gray. Wow, you can't see that all in the camera. It looks pitch black, even on this recording a little. Okay. Wow. That looks so different on the camera. That's okay. Is my light on it? Yeah, I have the light on and everything. So then I'm going to mix a lighter gray to then go into the background. Finish your words.
The back.
I'm not going to paint all the way to the edges because I don't want to mess up my other papers. And if I was smart, I would have put tape down on it, but who cares? It's just a sketchbook, right? So going around the sphere is the hard part. I got it.
Such a steady hand.
It's the focus. If you need a break from it right now, I get it. That's why I told you guys about the upcoming project where you will look up a picture on your phone, make it black and white. Ooh, it messed up. That's okay, it's a sketchbook. Where my perfectionist is at. Who's a perfectionist? It's a sketchbook, it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? I'm a perfectionist too.
I get so mad when like things don't turn out how I want them to.
That's when you have to learn to lie to yourself. Like, wow, I did such a good job. It's perfect. Nobody else is as good as an artist as
I'm
me.
good at that. Therapy. Yeah, therapy taught
Yeah.
me to do that.
Yeah.
Because it genuinely helps you. Like it you know that's not true, but still gives your brain the happy chemicals.
Yep.
So then eventually over time you'll be like, heck yeah.
That's why it's important to lie to your children that they're good at what they're drawing. And that's why I lie to all of you. Just kidding.
And you must know.
Definitely lied.
You guys can tell when I'm lying, right?
Definitely have lied.
You will notice I sound like, oh, yeah, wow. I'm really proud of you.
That's how you used to sound every time. Like, so we're doing it.
I did, yes, I know. My favorite is when the students out in the crowd know when I'm lying to another student and they make a look at me. Ellie always looks at me because you can tell when I'm lying to another student. And you look at me, you're like, Miss, stop. Like, yeah. We need that. It's positive. It's important. It makes you feel good. Uh-oh. I caught it with my legs. Cool. I'm rotating my sketchbook. Why am I rotating it? So I don't get my hand in the paint. Okay, bye.
I'm
Yeah, you're
take
fine.
too long.
No, I'm gonna take too long to. You guys, this is like I've been painting this for almost 19 minutes. I did all of that in 19 minutes. That takes time.
Turn the recording off.
No, it's still recording.
You said who ran across the street across the football.
His initials are CR.
For what?
He teaches PE, I think.
Oh.
I don't know if he does. Never mind. Maybe he teaches PE at the element. I don't know where he teaches. Did you figure it out?
Shut up.
He did?
Shut up.
He's funny.
Bro, that's my guy.
He's funny. Yeah. That's my guy.
Nah, like, he was, though. He is, though. Like, every time I see him.
Definitely spin your paint around. I'm going to like take a minute to wash the tip of my brush off with a paper towel or wipe it off because I always accidentally end up getting paint on my finger because I'm using the brush to mix and apply. I usually do separate when I'm painting professionally. We're painting in our sketchbook. This isn't professional. You're allowed to make it ugly. Yeah, I'm a professional. I don't know if you knew that.
Trust me, we know.
Thank you. You freaking better. follow my Insta. My Insta's been weak lately. Oh, you said we know? Damn. I haven't posted anything. No, it makes me anxious to post now because I'm like, I don't know, I don't have anything good to say. I got nothing. I'm tired of being a content creator. I just want to consume. Oh, you want to consume? Oh, yeah. No one notices that I'm setting trends until it's already gone past. Like when I was wearing bell bottoms and space buns. Nobody noticed until it was too late. So on this image that I'm copying, the horizon line is kind of blurred, so I'm trying to blur that horizon line a little bit. Well, that was a big sigh. No, it's okay. And then it gets lighter as we go down. I think when I did this last year, everybody was refusing to paint a background. They're like, I don't want it. I'm like, geez, calm down. It's just a background. Oh my God. Oh, you guys can't see what I did. Sorry. There you go. And now that white is popping. She's pretty. Okay. I'm going to do that over here too. Blend out my background a little. My horizon line, rather. I love that we found these sketchbooks. I also found 100 toothbrushes today. Yeah. Yeah, we'll use them for texture. We'll probably use them in my jewelry class. I felt very special to have found them. Yeah, I found them underneath the sink way in the back. Rather, Emily found them. They're from a teacher from a while ago. So now we got toothbrushes, everybody. If you need one, let me know. When we make the background kind of fuzzy like this, it makes it seem a little bit more realistic because usually the background is less detailed, I said determined, than the foreground. Also, the paint is going to dry a little bit lighter than what you guys are seeing, or darker for acrylic. Okay. Yep. You guys are funny. Stir that paint around. Tomorrow's Friday, everybody. We're going to make it. I promise. Yeah. Just to remind you that everything's going to be okay. Oh, okay. Do you think they'll mark you absent?
Who knows?
Probably not.
This time they'll be correct.
I'm just having the best time painting this thing with y'all. Oh my gosh, Kaylee, Cynthia, didn't you two sit next to each other in intro together? Wow. Was that 2 years ago? Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Ellie, are you okay with putting up with her crap over there? Okay. Because it's mostly Kaylee. You know it.
Cynthia just called me a witch.
I heard it, but at least it was that. I heard her say it. I heard it. I heard it all the way from over here. They're saying witch with a W recording. I don't think that my recording can hear you guys. Shout out to Kenny if Kenny's still watching my videos.
I haven't seen him much this year.
I haven't either. He was on the I saw him one day on the stairs. Yeah.
I think I seen him once, and that was at the beginning of the first
We need more Kenny time.
I saw Kenny twice.
I'll post this video and be like, hey, we gave you a shout out. Everyone misses you. He makes me feel like I can be famous. Thank you. That's my goal. Oh, I think I'm good. I think it's pretty good. I had a good time.